So I am here. I came to Dollar General store today. It was raining so hard today and I didn't want to come out of the house, but God was putting in my heart that He wanted me to come out to Dollar General store. And guess what? I'm walking down this aisle and who do I bump into?
Brian Mercer.
Right. And you're the young man that I put up in the hotel room. It was right around Christmas time. You didn't have a place to stay. You told me you had been staying at inside of a dumpster, and we were able to hook you up with a hotel.
You remember?
I remember so well because you really touched my heart. And then we said goodbye. I put you up at the hotel and I didn't hear back from you. A couple of times you send me emails telling me, I'm okay, Miss Grace, I'm okay. And then today you tell me, I'm coming down this aisle and you said to me, I know you. And you started telling me that tomorrow you're leaving to go where?
Florida.
Right.
Well, that's my dream.
And that had been your dream. I remember you told me that was your dream, to get back to Florida. And tomorrow you leave, right?
Yes, my flight leaves at 1:54. We're leaving at 9:30 in the morning. Make sure I make my flight on time.
My goodness sake. See how God works in mysterious ways? Like I told you, I was at home doing my work, administrative work, and God just put in my heart, go to the Dollar General store. And I was obedient and I came here, and here I run into you on the day before you're scheduled to fly out to go back to Florida.
And
So-
I'll add on to that, I was just here at A&G Pizza having a bite to eat, and I was going to stick around a little longer to make sure the rain stayed away, but I had a strong feeling just to go ahead and leave and come back later, and then there's your van parked out there.
You recognize my van.
That's why I'm in Dollar Store, just because I saw your van.
Oh, you
And
were
I
looking
wanted
for
to
me?
see you and say thank you again.
You were looking for me. Give us a little update on what happened to you. So last time I saw you, you were staying at the motel, and then I didn't hear from you again except for a few emails. What has been going on with you since?
And that with the communication, I apologize, but of course I had just all that, just to try to get my life back together. But unfortunately here in Ohio, that's pretty difficult. But yes, I had been doing whatever I could to make the money I needed to do what I've been needing to do in my life. I've had, well, of course, you and several other churches praying that it's the right decision for me to go to Florida. Now all of a sudden, a pastor friend of mine I met bought my plane ticket to go to Florida, and I'm on my way down there tomorrow morning, but I still didn't have the money for my baggage or a little cushion for after I get there, and God led me to some other people that needed help today, which they felt like was meant for me to be there to help them. They needed my help really bad, and I helped them, and that gave me the money I needed for my baggage. But I didn't do it for the money. I did it because it made me feel good. Well, then from the motel till now, I had been just kind of trying to make it work out. I'm sorry, I'm not good with words, people.
You're doing fine.
But for the past 2 months, maybe 10 weeks, I have been staying in a tent because it is hard for me to ask for help. But these people right here, they have no problem giving you help, and because of them, I didn't give up, and I kept fighting and I kept going. And instead of just giving up and saying whatever, I did get the tent and keep striving, and now look at me, I'm going to Florida.
Now, what are your plans once you get there?
Once I've already been on the phone, I've already received phone calls. I'm going to start off in the Tampa area, and I'm going to do their programs and their help programs, and then they'll get you work, send you to work and back, transportation. I'm going to save up that money and get me another car since I lost mine because of COVID. And after I get a car, then I can venture to the next county in Pasco County and live where I've been wanting to live down there and start a whole new life.
Now, you're going to be staying at a shelter when you get there?
Yes, it's actually called Holy Ground. Well, see, I'm gonna start at Tampa because I don't have transportation yet. I can walk to the help in Tampa from the airport, and then once I get their help and everything, I don't know until I get down there, really.
Uh-huh.
But I've already got phone call. I mean, things are falling into place, and I can't really do anything until I get my Florida state ID, and that will be first thing Friday morning.
And it looks like God is putting stepping stones in your path, right? Helping you.
Yes.
He's putting people in your path that are helping you out. And do you have family in Florida?
No, since my mom passed away and my niece Avery graduated high school and left state for college, I don't have anything here for me anymore.
Uh-huh.
That's another reason that I'm striving so quickly to make this change in my life. Because I worked for General Motors until COVID.
Right, right.
And ever since then, everything's been a struggle. Losing my house, my mother, my car, and just struggling so hard. And people like you, people like Paul Blanca and Jason Crawford at Grace Point, they've just been a change in my life, helping me out.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Clifford of Penn Baptist Church. Since I've had the motel with you,
Uh-huh.
that actually right after that, I was talking to him. So he played football in high school with my brother, and he gave me a room there
Uh-huh.
at the church to stay in
Uh-huh.
temporarily.
Right.
And he told me right beforehand. So, but it's just little help like you, Josh Clifford, Paul Blanca, and Grace Point stuff all coming together.
Mhm.
The one word that all this comes to is God,
That's right.
and that all made it possible for why I didn't give up and why I'm going now to live my dream.
And prior to all of this, like you said, you had a good life, right?
I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth and spent most of my life with it still in there. Yeah, of course, I was born in a family, not rich, but with money. My dad was a union rep for General Motors and a very loving and caring mother. My father wanted us to have everything we ever wanted, and then when they passed away, that's when everything seemed to get hard. But let's see, my mother passed away just less than a year before COVID happened.
Mhm.
So I didn't have any time to transition between anything. When COVID happened, it's the hardest thing in my life I ever went through, of course, because that took my job from General Motors away, and I didn't have anybody to lean on and help for the first time in my life, and I never learned that.
Mm-hmm.
So by the grace of God and you and everybody else, I made it through it without giving up, and I'm learning now to take care of myself without anybody's help. And the way my dad raised me, I know there's people out there that still wants to help me, and it's not that I don't ask for help because of anything mean. It's just I feel like I appreciate it more if I do it on my own, but there are times it gets so hard I do ask for help, and when they do give the help, it's just like everything just moves so much faster in life.
And don't be ashamed to ask for help, all right? Because sometimes people are placed in your path because God put them there. So don't turn
Exactly.
don't turn down an offer to help you, because you don't know, that person might have been placed there by God. So just keep that in mind when you start all over again in Florida. I am going to pray for you just like I prayed for you that day that you reached out to me. That was in December.
It was cold, yes. I was bundling up in 2 jackets, 2 hoodies, and a coat in an empty dumpster behind a closed building. It wasn't dirty, but it was a dumpster and it was empty, and it's the only thing I can do to get out of the cold wind.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you have, you said your parents are no longer around, but do you have siblings?
No, actually, I've never been married and don't have kids, siblings.
So it's you and God, right?
Just me and God and
What, and the few people
the
that,
ocean.
and the few people that He sends to you, right?
Yes. I'm sorry I had to say that. I love the ocean.
So do I. I'm from California, so I love the ocean. Do you have friends in Florida?
One, but she's acting funny and iffy. But we've been friends 30 years. Like I said, I think she's going through problems with her partner, which is, and she's not telling me about it, but her actions speak louder than words. I think she's having her own problems, and when she's ready, she'll talk to me and I'll help her with those. But at the meantime, everybody keeps telling me I got to worry about myself because I am a one to help people all my life.
Yeah.
And I still want to help people, but I'm not able to anymore.
Well, right now you're not able to.
Not right now.
You need to situate yourself first on firm ground before you can start helping others.
After 18 months, I learned that the hard way.
And just like they say, pay it forward, right? Once you get situated and you're in a better place, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget what God has done for you, and help those that are struggling.
And if you remember, also, you did not only help me with the motel room, but you gave me just a little bit of cash to help me with, through, and you also supplied me with some food.
Right.
In the motel rooms, they had a microwave. So I don't want people to, that came from your heart.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have much at that time. You were just
but
so
you
kind.
know,
I'm bad with words.
But you know, God helps me and I help others. He knows what I do with the ministry, and I always say God has my back. He's been helping me out with this ministry because we're a little mustard seed ministry. But you wouldn't know it sometimes by the things that we do. But that's because kind people help me, God helps me, and I'm able to help people just like yourself. But what amazes me is, like I said, I didn't want to come out of the house today because it was pouring, right?
Lightning and everything.
But then when it stopped, I felt like in my heart, God was telling me, you need to go do something at Dollar General. And I didn't really have to come out, but I thought, well, let me do what I feel God is leading me to do. And I was getting ready to leave, walking down this aisle, and all of a sudden you approached me and you said, I know you. And at first I had a hard time kind of recognizing you because you're wearing a cap.
And I'm wearing a hat too.
And then it started coming back to me, and then you said, remember, I'm the guy that you this and that. I was so happy because, I was telling you earlier, I help a lot of people, but a lot of people that I help, I would say the majority of the people I help, after I help them out, they disappear and I never hear from them again. And I often question God, Lord, why is that? Why? And even though I give them my contact information, they take what I give them and I never hear back from them. But you were nice enough to stay in touch with me through email.
I tried to, but I was going through hard trials, and I'm sorry that I let things sidetrack.
That's all right. But it reminds me of that passage in the Bible that God healed those lepers, and then I think there were 10 of them. I might be wrong, and He healed them, and then when they were leaving, only one of them turned back to give Jesus thanks. And Jesus said, weren't there 10 of you? And only one of you came back to give me thanks. And that's what I'm
hearing something about that.
And I'm remembered about that when I, come across things like this, that I'm questioning God, Lord, why don't I hear from them? Because I don't want thanks. I don't want repayment for anything. I just I'm genuinely concerned about the people I help. And I genuinely want to know where they are. Did they land in a good place or not? But I'm so glad that I got to see you before you leave for Florida.
Well, I saw the van out there, and I just had to come in and say thank you.
Look for me.
One last time.
You knew.
So I leave tomorrow morning.
You knew I'd be here somewhere in the store.
I was looking up and down every aisle, and then I was like, there's that cute little old lady. No,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
cute? Oh my.
I'm just trying to be funny about it. I'm sorry.
I know.
Hey, it's different than when you first met me because I was all negative and bummed about everything. Now I'm smiling and happy. Even though I'm sleeping in a tent tonight, I know it's my last time sleeping in a tent.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow morning, I'm off to live my dream to a place with more opportunity than Ohio has.
You're off to a new life adventure.
There we go.
And I seriously pray that God will keep you in the palm of his hand, that he will protect you, keep you covered with his wings, that he will open doors of opportunity for you, that he will make those crooked roads straight. And I have a feeling we're still going to be in touch. We may not see each other again.
No. Email.
Yeah, you know my email. We may not see each other again, but there's always internet. So do you have any last words you want to say to the people watching this video?
I don't want to sound any certain way, but it's the truth. And, you know, I'm always honest. Before I met you, I was on my way to give up, not in the good way. And I want everybody to know out there, when you feel like there's no other choice left and you just want to give up, keep your eyes and ears open and your heart open to God, because if you're honest with God sincerely, not verbally, but in your heart, he will bring the people in your life to give you what you need for that little put. I mean, he won't give you what he won't give you the pedestal, but he'll give you the push you need to be able to do the work that you need to do to get your life back up on top.
That's right.
Did that sound right?
I don't know why you say you don't have, you're not good with words, but you put that just right. All right, sweetie. I'm so happy that I ran into you and you gave me a big hug and you said, I remember you. So, sweetie, have a safe trip tomorrow. Stay in touch with me, all right?
Yes, I will.
All right, sweetie. And thank you for taking the time to share your testimony. Give us an update of where you are, all right?
Yes, no, thank you.
Okay, sweetie. Bye-bye.